This was brought up just so that you could call straight people sissies.
No, because you don't respect Sarah.
And I'm almost
you don't get the right to talk to Sarah.
By a lot of weird people back in the day.
You clearly are afraid of new things.
No, Mel. Cis means
no one's afraid of you, Mel.
So whenever I came in, whenever I try to answer this, cut me off, right? Maybe you could show me that you're not actually afraid of my answer.
Cis means
Sarah alluded to this being a trend, and the problem with it being a trend is that it assumes that children are not born with the gender that they're assigned with at birth. Or are not born with a gendered brain at birth is what I meant to say.
That's propaganda.
You can't even
keep the
answers straight. Okay, so
what do you mean gender assigned at birth?
You notice that I can say it in less than 100 words, but she can't?
We're getting a little muddled here.
So Mel, what was your gender when you were born? What was your gender at birth?
People grow up in an environment that's heavily pressuring them to be cisgendered.
That's good.
Because of that, because of that, if it really is a fad, it won't last very long. But if it is serious, it will last long.
It is serious.
Cool.
It has to be
especially if you don't have the right support group around you supporting the nonsense, right?
No, if you only have people who try to tell you how awful you are, that's called being gaslit.
You're right, and we shouldn't have to do that, right? People like you should be put places so that they're not out in public where people can see them, so that we don't.
You don't have to tell.
I know the future cure of all of this. The future cure will be cloning bodies for people who are born in the wrong body and then doing a brain transplant. There you go, done. Figured it out.
I'm all for that. I'll take it.
So does the word cis mean real, Mel? Does the word cis mean real? Is that what cis means, real?
No, cis means sissy. And when they use that term sissy, even if they don't know it, you're a cis. Well, now that you're calling me a sissy, that's an insult. Sorry.
My husband is the sissy.
Not going to stick.
That wouldn't work.
He has fingernails and makeup.
As a term, just like people want to separate sex and gender, it's not two different things. It never has been.
It's not even spelled that way, you fucking dumbass.
CIS, yes, I know. You had to change the spelling.
It's very fascinating how Mel.
It's like extra with just an X.
Say you as a pejorative.
Mel, why does if gender and sex are two totally different things, why do you try everything you can do to identify and look as a cis female, a cis woman? Why do you do that?
That's the only option.
I haven't got a chance to ask one of my own questions yet. If I call something that's
why do you want to sound like a woman? Why do you want to look like a woman?
I kind of want to know.
Not the same.
I wonder if it's actually a way to kind of minimize the value of being a woman, even though
it is.
Hold on, let me fucking.
Too much bloviating on here.
So, like in an aspect, right? You're saying. Well, I'm a trans woman and you are only a cis woman or whatever. Like you are
so you're not
lowering the value of like actually being just a fucking woman because Hold on a second. You can't all the way be a woman. Therefore, I'm not allowed to have the title of just woman.
How is saying cis?
What I'm saying,
how does that lower our status?
Because I'm just a fucking woman. I don't need any more titles in front of that. There's no verbiage.
No, I agree. I mean, if you are just normal,
I didn't change anything about myself. I was born this way. This is who I am. So on and so. I don't need a fucking title to say that I am exactly how I was born.
Nobody's asking you to.
Imagine the irony of people demanding you respect their identity but won't respect yours.
Thank you. That's exactly the point I was trying to get to.
Exactly.
Just like a lady.
It's like respect authority.
I don't understand.
Never judge a book by its cover.
One person is
dude looks like a lady.
Oh my God.
Hold on, be respectful to Sarah. I know it's funny, but Sarah's trying to say something.
What I'm saying is I tolerate a lot of left, right, center, up, down, over, around, all over the fucking place. And I do it typically without a whole lot of judgment on the front level. Right. And then I make one comment towards something that you're saying that I do take as an insult. And instead of just being respectful to it, Mel, you shit all over me even more. You call me a fucking snowflake for one guy. Finally, one goddamn thing. I say I have a problem with that, and then you call me a fucking snowflake. You're the fucking snowflake, Mel. You can't even accept who the fuck you are,
if I
and
say
everything about yourself so much
is that
that
offensive?
you have to go through ways to try to fantasize in a whole nother world about who you are.
So when I make
am right
distinctions
here.
between
I am
trans
me.
fats and cis
You
fats,
are the
is that
snowflake
offensive?
in this aspect. Mel,
what trans fat
I
is?
don't think.
It's a type of it's something in your food, right? It's not
Oh
really
my God,
offensive.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying, Mel.
Do you understand that, the reason that these words are used together this means not trans?
You're not listening to. I put up with a lot of your shit, Mel. I put up with a lot of your fucking shit, and I make one comment, and you shit all over that. Fuck you, Mel. Let's get to these super chats.
Very angry.
That's exactly how intolerant.
My level of tolerance for this bullshit is just you keep throwing more straw on that fucking camel's back, and the poor fucking camel.
You're just triggered by your own stupidity. You just don't know how words work.
Okay.
Not all gays are like this, Sarah. I swear to you.
That's where we go. That's where we go, Mel. You just did this.
Mel's not fucking gay, but Mel's not gay.
One-on-one.
I'm being descriptive with this.
No, I don't even feel like it.
Oh,
all
no,
right.
no,
So Q-Tar comes in with a big 5.
Get him, Sarah. Get him. Bite his fucking nose off, Sarah. Bite his fucking lugs off.
I'll put you on a fucking leash and walk you around, Furby.
Wow.
Using cis is superfluous. The only reason it's used as a cope by the T's, have fun saying the word. Okay. Left Freely comes in with a big 3. I'm not a cis woman. For fuck's sakes, don't label me. Thank you. Rude Mudcrab with the big 5. Biological women do not require a prefix. It's easy. It's easy. We didn't change anything. We didn't change in this way.
Echo Chamber agrees with you. I'm so happy for
you. Years upon years upon years. Yes.
Sarah, I've learned something over my 50 years of life. So, women do run the world. 90+% of the men out there, they will go along with whatever their wife says. And that's the main reason why gay people got rights. Because women went out there because their sons and stuff like that and said, hey, it's just my son. He's not doing nothing bad. Just let him have some rights and be able to like live his life. And I always told people, if they start going after women like this, as soon as the women go, nope, that's enough of that, we're all fracked. Women run the world. If you go after women like these people are doing and saying, you're this, you're that, I'm going to go to your bathroom, blah, 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 you'll just be done. That's it. And that's exactly what's happening in society now. They're just putting their foot down. When the women put their foot down, that's the end of the discussion.
I find it funny that we have this notion that like women is this thing that we need to protect, but it's also like super.
I want to hop in.
Oh my life!
So
did you just say that?
It's so universal and so true, so objectively true that not even a trans person can be it. But yet it's so fragile that if you add a classifier to it that says they're not trans, that's all that this means is not trans. Then
leave the classifier out.
It shreds everything that being a woman is, and that's how fragile you are.
But being a what do you know about being
coming from a man? How misogynistic is that? How misogynistic is that?
Nicky Tack, you said you wanted to chime in.
No, I just wanted to ask 10th man. So if it's women giving the orders to men and you have a husband, so who's the one giving the orders?
Right now, Pam, because we like to switch back and forth because it's hot.
Yeah, switching is hot. I agree there.
Damn.
But to elaborate on your question, sir, just because. So this is the problem. I thought you were going to come a different way, so I'm going to answer the question I thought you were going to answer or to ask me. So I'm a little high. So this is the problem. Is I thought you were going to say, hey, and say something about that women don't run the world. It's true. Your father, your grandfather, they, might have been the one that worked and stuff like that. But if their wife said, okay, we need to go help one of our family members, or we have this family occasion, even if they don't want to go, they go.
Yes.
Women
look at men wear the pants. Men wear the pants in the relationship, but the woman takes into the wardrobe and tells them what one's to wear.
That's right, and tells them what to wear. You got it.
Because sometimes somebody gets away doesn't mean they rule the world. It means there's compromise.
Yeah. And like
once a woman does something that a man does not totally agree with, That's when the man actually steps in. Right?
And
This
that's
is
not
where
how it
Mel
was in my
hasn't
household,
got a
by the way.
Scooby. Shut the fuck up, Mel. Shut up, right?
You're
And
always
listen.
talking, dude.
Okay? Furby.
No, that's not how it
I'm
works in
always
my household.
talking. Well, that's fucking
Yeah,
hell.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
I'm always
yeah,
talking.
I'm a step ahead
You
of you, Britt. I'm a
attention-seeking
step ahead of
little
you.
slut.
You don't
Right,
like it when
okay.
people are a step ahead of you, eh? But like in my household,
One
my
step
grandpa
ahead.
would
You're
literally say to my
one
grandma,
step
"No, what I say is the rule of
beyond.
law. Shut the fuck up," and then he would slap her.
Oh,
So
else?
what you said there,
Mel,
Ted, was
Mel, until I'm being
bullshit.
told to shut up by the host, right? I'm going to shut up, dickhead. Right? Okay? You're a man.
No,
I'm a man.
I
I'll fight
doubt you actually
right now.
can.
Okay?
I'm pretty sure anyone telling you to be quiet makes you incapable of it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure anyone telling you to be quiet turns you on.
True. So, anyways, 10th man. That's not how it worked in my household.
What do you mean, 10th man? I'm talking to you. 10th man's a Tony. I am.
My grandpa. So
say sorry.
again.
Say sorry, Mel.
Maybe
say
that's the problem.
now.
Yes,
yeah, but maybe that's the problem if that wasn't how your household was.
Yep,
I
you're
feel
very
like
smart.
10th man likes to get poked, so
sometimes.
There you go, bud. I'm helping him out. You know, Finkel's been
also
here
being
this whole
teabagged.
time, and
He's giving him a reach around. He's giving him a reach around.
By the way,
Hi, Finkel.
Hello. I'm just curious. Which one of you is the expert?
Duck, go work out in the back.
Me, I'm the expert. I'm the expert.
If he's the expert, then I'm the fucking PhD holder.
Yeah, someone said 20 years. I would call them a slow.
Yeah, I've only been doing this for over, almost 40 years that I've been, like actively gay.
All right, who here can say that they've accidentally said on their nuts?
Trans issues or sex ed.
Well, yeah, it is. Y'all share the same degeneracy.
No.
They're the same degeneracy. So why do we have wildly different medical treatments?
They're nowhere close to the same thing. Being a gay person, and especially, well, you mean because I'm trans? Yeah, no, I know. I see, but I'm not. I'm a different kind of trans.
But here's what you missed, 10th man, is like you used to have fight in you, and I still have fight in me, and we're fighting the same fight.
Nope,
you're fighting a losing battle. You're fighting a losing battle, Mel. You're fighting a losing battle.
Nope.
I'm fighting to get left alone.
I know what's going on here.
Actually. Yeah, me too, actually.
Check it out. This is what's happening right now.
Everyone.
There you
go. Do.
Oh, there. I just didn't want to claim.
Mel, I'm still wondering what our babies would look like. That's what I'm wondering. What our babies would look like, Mel.
Why on earth?
Oh, how we would even have them?
Imagine it would be something like a frog.
You're carrying it, obviously.
If they had ears like that, right? Okay, then
wait. Yeah. Here we go. Can I read this one?
No. Rude mud crab, rude cunt crab with the big 10. We know they aren't T because they don't use the prefix of T. T want a cis prefix, so that all will fall under the umbrella of women and allow T to also just be a woman.
Spoken like a true sissy. Spoken like a true sissy who won't come up on panel.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I do know Rude Mud Crab is usually working while we are streaming because he is.
Yeah, working is for sissies.
The world.
Working is for cis people.
In the other world.
Wait there, Mel. You're the man that dresses like a woman, pretends to be a woman, right? Okay, and you call other people a sissy.
Absolutely, I second that.
How do you know someone is a man who dresses like a woman?
Wait a minute. Were you guys saying?
Well, actually, do you know that the one thing that Mel will never be able to defeat is the fact that his shoulders will always be able to support 3 heads, whereas a woman's shoulders will only be able to support 2.
I will give it to Brick though. He actually does going around lifting up trans women's skirts to make sure they're trans first. Like he actually does check before he makes the assumption.
Hey,
yeah, well, I don't want to be gay. I don't want to be gay, Mel. I don't want to end up being gay. Right? Okay.
If he pulls up the right skirt. Right, Brick. When you pull up the right skirt, all you hear is
ding ding, round one. Whack it in.
I love you.
Why, thank
Mel,
you.
I've got any hard feelings, but again, this is just a debate. Okay. That's all it is. Conversation. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Pearl is making her exit. If you could allow her the floor, please.
I posted a really good study in the chat for Mal and Tiki Tac to look at about the actual topic of the debate. So if you want to look at that, it's in the chat. And I'm starving, so I'm going to go eat. So
Bye, Earl.
Oh, she sounds like a lovely woman. Her. She
It
sounds
was
like a
nice to
lovely
meet you,
woman.
Earl.
I missed
See you
that
around.
part of the discussion. Do we need sex education in
Hey,
school?
Sarah. I just
Clearly,
wondered.
in this panel,
My
yes,
elbows
we
are fucked
do.
Oh, sorry. Finkel hasn't said a word. You go ahead, Finkel.
Finkel, you are slowly becoming one of my favorite people on these panels.
Hold
but
on, we gotta balance.
That's
the
not a good
Furbies
thing,
here.
Finkel. That's not a good thing, Finkel. You don't want to be his favorite person. Okay.
There, now we have
don't really care.
Furby in
Oh,
every corner. Go ahead, Finkel. I'm sorry.
No, you started first. Go ahead.
No, I just said we had Furby in every corner. Go ahead.
All right, let me ask Sarah a question.
No,
what was
Finkel was gonna go. Let
sorry.
Finkel go.
I apologize. I came in late. I missed it. The question, do we need sex education in school? But having listened to a lot of this panel, I'd say clearly we do, because there's some ignorance going on in this panel. Just my observation.
Example. Give me an example,
Do-
Finkel. Example.
Do you know how to stick a penis into a vagina, Finkel?
I'm familiar with the concept, yes.
I did it once.
Hey, Finkel.
What? Are you a virgin?
Please.
Finkel, is Sarah a cis woman or just a woman?
I believe she prefers to be called a woman.
No, but in your opinion.
He's asking if you think that we need the prefix cis.
Who's right and who's wrong? Should she be called a cis woman, yes or no?
In my opinion, a woman is a woman, a man is a man, and what they tell us they want to be is what we should refer
There,
to.
you can't use the word woman to describe the term woman.
Every woman.
So
It's all in me. I'll be everything right now.
So what if
So
someone was like,
Finkel,
yo,
Finkel, with that Finkel, you're the sex ed teacher.
Hold on. Duck gets timed out pretty fast. So when he gets an opportunity to speak, let him speak.
Yeah. So the most important question I think here is that, like, if someone asks Sarah, like, yo, Sarah, are you a woman? Like, for some reason, like someone's hitting on you at a bar or something. Like, I think it's cool to say you're a woman, but like, if people are talking about race and gender, I don't think it's required, but I also don't think it's disrespectful to say, like, yo, yeah, I am, like, actually, despite all the odds and everything, I'm a cis woman, I don't see a problem with
All
that.
my life, I understand why he gets timed out now. Fucking someone time him out. will you?
It sounds like he's just rolled with it in the bar, man. Like he's
Duck, you're still in the back. I apologize. It is just natural for me to throw people up and fill the spot. I forgot the timer's running, but I will. I think I know his question. Here's what I say. Like, with all of the whole concept around transgenderism, right? We're taught that it's hate speech if you make fun of them or poke at them or call them. Even in the workforce, corporate workforce, you get letters saying, like, we respect this, and your HR clubs of diversity and all of these fun things. Okay, so I'm being told that I have to call somebody by something that I maybe know otherwise, or whatever the case may be. So if I'm sitting here saying, all right, well, it goes both ways. You keep saying cis woman, and I'm telling you I'm a woman, and then you're not respecting that, then why the fuck should I care what you say? So that's where that comes from. It never, the street never goes both ways with this topic ever. If I say, well, fine, then I want to play it the same way, then I'm told I'm a snowflake, I'm a this, I'm a that, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, then what the fuck do I care about your feelings?
I'd marry this bitch if I was single, right?
No point in me answering, I guess.
Sarah,
Translate what Sarah just said. She's basically saying, live and let live. But if you don't let me live, I'm not going to let you live.
Well, the problem, Sarah, is that you're trying to negotiate with these people on good faith, right? But they're starting from a position of lying to themselves and then trying to seek justification in the world by forcing other people to agree with their worldview and accept and adopt language that's designed to promote ideas that their behavior is normal.
So that's not it at all. So the difference is that a lot of
Shut up, Mel. You're not even in this conversation.
A lot of the hate speech that's directed towards trans people are specifically meant to
hate speech
for being trans. The use of cis women is not meant to out cis women. It's
so cis isn't hate speech. You're not using hate speech when you refer to a woman as cis.
I'm trying to land my plane.
No, you're wrong. No. They call cis even me. They'll say that.
You have a DEI hire. You're landing a plane as a DEI hire. It's not going to land right.
It's gonna be upside down. He's gonna be the only person to land a plane backwards.
They will call me cisgender as well. They'll say 10th man
you can be a monkey
cisgender.
here, no evil all you want, but I'm going to definitely land my plane. So when it comes to saying cisgender woman, we primarily do that when we're talking about two types of women in the same body.
When you're engaging in hate speech.
Like a real woman. Do you mean a real woman?
Misogynist hate speech.
So both types of women.
Yeah, I love the man being misogynist against the woman.
Misogynist hate speech. That's what I'm saying. I've been telling you.
We typically only use this in bodies of.
Yeah, Mel, my wife would fucking my wife would fuck you right up, son. She would absolutely batter the face off you. She would. And she's a real woman, and you're a real man.
Threats of violence.
Even with your
Stop it. No, don't say stuff like that. Don't.
Sorry. I mean, I meant in a game of chess. I meant in a game of chess.
No way, there's double standard allowed according to you, but I can explain to you the difference. Is that again, the hate speech that's applied to protect hate speech laws that are applied to protect trans people or protect them from speech that outs them for being trans. With the cisgender thing, it's not meant to out individual cis women. It's meant to distinguish in bodies of literature that talk about both types of women, which ones are trans and which ones are not trans.
Why can't you just call them women? Why can't you just call them women? Why can't you just call them women?
We don't need to be separate. Like women don't need to be like pulled out of the masses with another adjective. You want to make yourself different. Okay, we start with man and woman. You want to make yourself different. Fine, you get a different title to whatever you want to be, whatever. But I don't. I don't need that. I don't need that. You just say I'm a woman.
Considering that you want me to accept the biological reality, like I'll never reproduce, I'll never be a quote real woman. But when all I'm saying is
yes,
yes. He's getting it. The pennies just dropped. The pennies just dropped.
Hold on. Pause. Do you guys think
that the irony
when I tell
is that you keep telling me this, but at the same time, when we say, okay, well, we're going to have two different words for both types of women, because we now have trans women and people who are not trans women, which is the definition of cis.
Hey guys,
we're just going to call you a man. How about that? We'll just call you a man.
Yeah.
One second. So this is the thing. So I used to kind of be a professional dominatrix before I got married, right?
Hold on. Hold on. Before you get into this long story, quick sticks. Can you?
My stories are fast.
Hold on. Can you voice confirm for me, please?
Quick speed boards well.
Hello. What's 3 + 3?
Is it me you're looking for?
Can everybody else shut the fuck up, please? Thank you. Quick sticks. What's 3 + 3?
6.
All right. How'd you find this channel?
I don't know. I just Googled. I just searched YouTube for debate and this showed up.
Oh, you have something to add to the topic?
What is the topic?
All right.
He's British.
Shut up.
He's British and he's pissed.
I'm going to remove you from the panel for this evening. Come back another time when you're paying attention. All right.
There you go.
Well in there, Sarah. Oh, what? There you go. That was well done.
We go back to Flow State's like 8 or 9 rules of how to be a good panelist. One of them is don't jump onto the panel and say, I have no idea what the topic is. I'm just here to yip. Like, it's not how this works, especially when we're coming off of a debate. Like, it's very topic specific. Of course, we can move in a roundabout way, but you like to jump on and say, I don't know what the topic is. And then that tells me
what
you have
y'all
to
doing.
Fucking panel squatters. That's what you are.
Yeah, like you come on, you go, how you doing?
How you doing, baby boo?
How you doing?
So as I was saying, I used to kind of be a dom, right? Like professionally. And so I've told people that like I had 2 different dudes that wanted to be dogs, all this stuff. So I don't tell that stuff because I'm like, oh, look how cool I am. I did these cool things. I try to tell these stories to explain that I have seen all sides of these coins. So many coins, billions of coins. And I've already explored all this stuff. And these conversations are pedantic to me.
Mr. Bojangles over here.
10th man, what is your blood alcohol content? Let's be real.
0. I haven't had a drink in weeks.
Wow, you could have fooled me. Are you like
it's his testosterone level.
Bro, like Mel, do you think you're getting a dig in like somehow? I'm confused.
That was one of the most drunk diatribes I've ever heard, but okay.
I agree
Right,
with
well-
this one, Neve. 10th man, I do feel like you kind of overload on the fetishes a little as examples, almost like you want to talk about them.
No,
Yeah,
no, I try to give it as
with that
examples
10th
of
man.
madness.
10th man.
We can come up
This was
with
ma-
like 100 other directions of saying what your point was or getting to the moral of the story without incorporating fetishes. Just for the
Plus, I
record.
thought this was meant to be fucking like, it was meant to be like between me and you. What happened, 10th man? You weren't meant to divulge that information.
Okay, Mel, like serious question. Okay, I don't even know. Are you a teacher?
No, I'm not.
He's a
Okay,
toucher.
then it wouldn't. My question would have been in relevance to you being a teacher, so never mind.
You can still just ask, and if I have answers from any of the research I've done for this topic, I'll try to answer it in the best of my knowledge.
I hear someone's nose whistling.
If you prepare to,
It's mine. My nose has been broken many times. It's a deviated septum. Anyway, so Mel,
10th man, Neve wants to know if you know what an anecdote is.
No, explain it to me.
Neve, get up here.
Utilize your personal experience as a way to either you can make an argument or tell a story or.
So is it just personal experience when it's been hundreds of experiences?
It's your personal experience.
I've had all the experience. Nobody has had better experiences than I have. Everyone talks about Melanie has the greatest experiences ever.
Why are you doing a high-pitched voice,
Great
man?
experiences. We need a Donald Trump impersonator for that one.
I'm not very good at these.
They're the greatest experiences.
Beach coming in with the big 5 says an LGBT man randomly talking about fetishes with no context. No way. 10th man to the abyss. You got 5 minutes backstage. 10.
Oh, I had something to say to 10th man. I was going to say.
Choke me, Devil Daddy. Choke me.
I shit you not. I'm still in disbelief whenever these kicks aren't happening to me. I'm still like, I'm so
You
used
can't
to
get
it.
kicked. You can't
I know,
get
but like every time I'm just like, whoa, they're not kicking me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can't get kicked.
Yeah, because they can't kick you, Mel. Right? They can't kick. Because believe me, if we could, I would have done it ages ago.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you
Thank
threatened?
Ricky. I'm glad you're
just-
supporting the channel, buddy.
No, I wouldn't. Of course, I wouldn't. I fucking
gender
love Mel.
identity disorder.
Ricky, do you ever donate money to the channel?
I never
Shit.
donate to anybody, Sarah.
Prove it.
Love, what I do is I provide contents, right?
Okay.
By
That's
jumping up
fair.
on the panel.
That's
Now,
a
look,
fair
love,
trade. That's fair.
I'll be honest with you, love. I do really love your channel and shit like that, right? But I'm very poor, right? I have got no money at all.
He's got
right?
no
So
pence.
if anyone wants to donate a bricky, okay, and get me out of the little shithole that I'm in, you can all do that because all yous are millionaires, right? And not one of yous have gave me 1 pence. So
Also, I
you
have a
know-
live stream. No, I'm just kidding. Just
He's got
advertise
no
my own
pence.
shit.
I love that. He's got no pens. Where are your pens
Yeah,
at, man?
I have pence around my ankle.
How many quid, my friend? How many quid?
Quick quid.
Quick quid.
Normally, I would
So
sympathize.
to respond to someone in chat, no, I do not work with kids at all. I work on a mushroom farm.
What's that, Finkel?
Yeah, you fed shit and kept in the dark, Mel. You fed shit and
You
kept in
didn't
the
tell
dark like
me.
a mushroom.
You didn't tell me you deal with spores molds. We need to talk about hallucinogens. What's going on? Why are we on this topic?
Yeah, Mel's a fun
Hold
guy.
on.
He's a fun
I love
guy.
that
You know.
We have the clown and Darth Vader. This is like a standoff.
I live in
Uh,
space.
It's Darth
Trippy
Vader,
Cat.
Sarah. Darth Vader.
Oh,
We-
Trippy would win that
Darth
battle.
Vader?
Father, is that
Fuck Brick off. This is his only contribution. You got 10 minutes in the back, I think.
you?
There you go.
I'm pretty sure.
Is
Pretty
my
sure
audio
that's what that
coming through
means.
all right? Because I just got a new mic and shit, and I just wanted to make sure it sounded okay.
No, clear as a bell. It's beautiful, actually. Nice
Thank
to
you.
hear a nice mic.
I'm
I
I think I
sad
can
to
hear your
see,
stomach contents.
What's
That's
that,
pretty good.
Finkel?
I'm sad to see Ricky go because I wanted to say to them right to their face. Usually, I'd be sympathetic towards someone who doesn't have enough money to donate to a channel. I wouldn't judge it, but because they've been so judgmental, I'd say tough shit.